Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel and to another wild camping video. It's the first week in August and I've come out on the motorbike, which you might be able to see behind just there, up to the Galloway Forest for a bit of hammock camping. I'm actually on one of the gravel road routes at the moment, the Raiders Road. So I left York this morning at 12 o'clock. Or just after, and I arrived here at like 5 o'clock. So the A66 was just one long 40-mile traffic jam, but I'm really struggling to find somewhere to camp. I mean, I've just come up this little forest track here, which is like the main route is running down there. It's quite busy, you know, there's plenty of tourists about, so I've just come up this little area, but I mean the forest isn't really much cop to get the hammock in. It's I don't know if you can see the forest floor there, it's not ideal. So I'm gonna hop back on the bike, I think, and just keep looking. I think I might have found my camp spot for tonight. I've been driving around for quite a bit. There's a little track that's open up there. There's no like authorised vehicles only sign on it or anything, so I went up there, had a look around. There was a few options, but there was a few options to keep the bike, but very little in the way of decent looking trees to string the hammock from. So one of the problems when you're travelling on motorcycle when it comes to storing food is you obviously haven't got a fridge, which is a bit of a big deal for me. So what I've done is I've got this little cool bag, or just like a 5-litre cool bag. So I put my steak in the freezer last night. It's actually defrosted lovely, it's still cold, so it's not going to give us any food poisoning or anything, because it's been quite a warm day today. And I've got one of those, I've just put one of those, well, one of these in there, you know, the freeze block things. And also, oh lovely, a couple of little tins of Australia jam. Man, they're so cold. Yeah, so this is the Firebox stove, which I've been using now for probably just over 6 months. I bought it a while back. It's an American, I think it's made in America, stainless steel, folds flat. Quite a nice little unit. It's small, but it packs a bit of a punch. I mean, at the moment I can really feel the heat coming off this fire that I've got going. It comes with a load of different add-ons as well. Various things. You've got like trays which you can put inside if you want to use barbecue coals, different grill plates that you can put on top. And today I'm going to be using the steak grill plate here. Basically just fits on top, and then you just whack your steak on there, and hopefully it should barbecue my steak to perfection. So I'm just going to start getting my steak ready. I had the foresight to bring along a bit of butter, which I'm very proud of, but just gonna give that a bit of a rub. I do actually have a Trangia non-stick frying pan with me, which would probably be a cleaner job, but this is a bit more vintage. So that's that done. So yeah, this is a ribeye steak. Oh, what a nice piece of meat. That is fantastic. Let's have a look at this. Yep. So I'm going to lay that bad boy there. I have actually quite well prepared for this. I've got a mix of salt and pepper in this little tub here. So I'm just going to lightly season the beast before I put it on. Now those coals are looking good. There's not a lot of them in there, mind, so I think I'll have to be shortish. Just let the flames die down a bit. Well, I've just let me steak rest for 5 minutes because that's how the professionals do it. The Estrella's going down nice as well. It's been a pretty windy day today, so I've been quite lucky with the midgies. But it's getting on a bit now. It's almost 9 o'clock, so the wind's really died down, and you know I'm next to a large body of water, so they're out. So once I've had dinner, I think I'll scour around for a bit of dampish pine and just keep the firebox going so I can get a bit of smoke in the air to keep them away. But I think they're just about done. Tinned potatoes aren't ideal, but they're pre-cooked. You don't have to mess around parboiling them or any of that carry on. One thing about camping I find is that it doesn't matter what you eat, it just always tastes twice as good when you cook it out in the bush, especially if you're just cooking over wood like this. Gives you a real sense of satisfaction. Well, can't complain really. It's not a bad dinner, is it? Bit of a grilled ribeye steak, rocket salad, a few olives, a few tomatoes, a bit of spring onion, and fried potato and red pepper. Bon appetit. There's my knife and fork. Oh man, that is perfect. Well, it's getting darker now, so I've just put the hammock up. I actually bought some of the wider hammock straps from DD. These ones are 3 meters long. The ones that come with a hammock, or come with a set of whoopee slings that I bought, I think they're 1.5 or maybe 2, I'm not sure, but sometimes when you get a really thick tree trunk, you struggle to get them round, so I invested in these. They're a bit thicker as well, quite a bit of thickness there. If you keep them flat around the tree, that helps protect the bark as well. So oh, autofocus is gone. Is it coming back? Is it? Yes, very slowly. Yeah, so no, it's not at all, is it? It's too dark. Morning folks, it's about 20 past 6. I've been up since about 3:30 I think. When I was packing for this trip, I brought obviously I brought the hammock gear, but I did actually pack the DD under blanket, but it's quite bulky, and at the last minute I decided to take it out, and I really wish I never, because it got quite cold last night. Obviously we're a little bit north here. When I left it was like 20 degrees and you kind of think, oh, it'll be alright. But I woke up at about 3 o'clock and I was just a bit cold. I only brought a small sleeping bag with me as well. It's like a tiny little, it's only literally just fits in your hand. So I had to get up. I had a shirt and that in one of my panniers, so I had to put that on to try and stay warm. But yeah, it's a little bit chilly. I'll just show you the hammock setup. So I've got the undersling there, which is useful to keep your shoes in. There it is. It's been a while since I've been out in the hammock, but you can just see me sleeping bag there. It's only like a summer season thing. I had to put my bike jacket down as well, because you kind of like, when you're lying on the bottom of the hammock, you compress everything. I mean, this is only dead thin, so it all gets compressed on the bottom and you can start to feel the cold coming in. So to be honest, it was a little bit uncomfortable, but this has happened to me before, you know, and when I come camping in the summer, I've done it a few times where I just don't bring enough warm gear. I always get a bit carried away thinking, oh well, it's warm during the day, it's going to be warm at night, and it usually never is. So need to kind of remember to pack 3 season camping gear even in the summer, I think. But yeah, so I'm probably just going to put the hammock away now. It's starting to rain, which it was forecast, so I'm prepared for that. I've got some waterproofs on the bike, probably get soaking on the way home. So I've got the little Trangia stove with us, so I'm just going to get a coffee on now, I think. Well, that's me done. I'm all packed up, ready to go. Just having a mooch along the track. I don't know if you can see it behind me. If you have one of those big adventure bikes, you know, GS 1200 or an Explorer or something large and heavy, then these are good tracks to come and blast along. Although the speed limit's 15 miles an hour, so you've got to bear that in mind. But yeah, if you've got a big heavy bike and you just want to have a little go off-road, then it's perfect. Carrick Forest Drive and the Raiders Road, you'll have no dramas on these big adventure bikes along here. There's the bike. Just got to lock down the pannier lids and then we'll be off. So, well, as ever, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.